My name is Ashley, and I'm going to be guiding you through the practice today. So let's go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat. If you have a block or a bolster, you can set that underneath you. And let's just start to take a couple of big mindful breaths here. If you're listening along, you can also start the playlist now. As we sit up nice and tall, let's find some space where our spine can elongate towards the ceiling. Just noticing where the thoughts go. Is it a place you've been before? Or maybe it's a new place. Do you need to be there? If not, try and exhale and just reset. Taking a few more moments here. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, you can do so now. And then again, coming back to that breath, noticing what it feels like, where your mind went, where your thoughts followed. Slowly start to drop the chin into the chest. Letting it hang nice and heavy. Roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Same thing. Drop it back through center and then left ear, left shoulder. And gently drop the head back. Release the jaw. And then create some circles here. Nice and slow. Go in the opposite direction. One more time. And slowly coming up to a nice seated malasana here. If you have a block, it's a little bit easier, but you can do it on the ground as well. Bringing the hands to heart center, drawing the knees out towards the top and bottom edges of the mat. Big inhale breath. And exhale breath, try and reach that heart closer to the thumbs. Just a nice gentle hip opener here. And slowly release the hands, extend that right and left foot all the way out, coming into a nice wide-legged seated position. You might start to rock a little bit forward off the support if you're sitting on anything. And just gently crawl the fingertips forward, getting into the back of those hamstrings. Really getting into the belly of the lower glute. Maybe starting to inch a little bit more forward as things release with each exhale. Slowly coming back up. Go ahead and draw the knees up towards the earth. Drop the soles of the feet together, knees out. Doing a gentle little butterfly stretch here. And go ahead and bring the knees together and slowly come up into a little toe stand here, getting off whatever support you brought with us to class. If you didn't bring anything, that's totally fine. Just coming up into this mini toe stand, curling into a ball, starting to release that lower back by drawing the chin into the chest. And if you're not centered on your mat, go ahead and do so, and just go ahead, drop the knees down, and come into your tabletop. Starting to find some mobility through the spine. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, belly drops. Last time, exhale, round and curl. Taking this right arm and threading it under that left side, drop the ear to the ground and start to extend that left hand forward, tenting high onto the fingertips, extending long through that left side body as we take a gentle twist here. Big inhale. And exhale. If you want a little more, you can tuck the left toes under and extend that left foot back. You can even start to float it high into the sky, totally up to you. And you can stay right where you're at and just enjoy the subtle twist. And slowly come back up, draw that left hand back, right hand to meet it. And then go ahead and repeat this on the other side. Left hand threads under the right side. Drop the left shoulder and ear. Right hand extends. And slowly bring that right hand back. Left to meet it. Find those cat-cows a couple more times. And then slowly coming back to a neutral spine. Start to extend that right foot long back behind you. Tuck the toes under. Let's drop back into the heel, really pushing the heel away from the rest of the body, getting into the calf. And then we're going to shoot forward over the toes, coming into the wrists, stretching the shoulders past the fingertips. Take it back. Bring it forward. Take it back. Start to elevate that right heel in alignment with the right hip, drawing the belly button in so we're not dropping the belly button here. Making sure that the heel's in alignment really helps. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, under the body to the left tricep. Take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Take it back. Now as we float here, take the left foot off of the mat on the left side, tuck the toes, and start to stack the entire right side body on top of the left. Reach that right hand long, so we're making a straight line from our right hand to our right foot. Big inhale. Exhale, reach and extend, drop the heel down to the mat, reach the fingertips down as well. Bring it right back up, start to kick the heel into the glute, reach the right hand back, see if you can connect to the top of that right foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwind, bring that right hand down, center the left leg. Right knee comes to the right wrist. Toes tuck under, knee lifts out of the way on the left side and push it all the way back, coming into a nice strong pigeon pose here. Settling down through the hips and the shoulders. Growing tall through the crown of the head. Not going to visit sleeping pigeon just yet. Going to try and keep this one active for the stretch as we warm up. Two more breaths here. Slowly coming out of this, tuck the left toes under, lifting the knee and reaching the hips forward, shortening that distance. All we're going to do is take that right foot all the way up and back, extend it behind us, and then cross it behind that left calf. Walk the hands to adjust as we curl into a ball into the back of our mat in this twisted child's pose. The left knee likely is leaving the mat, and then the nose goes to the knee. Slowly come back up to your tabletop, readjust, hands to center, knees to center. Inhale the left foot back, tuck the toes, push back into the heel. Shift the weight forward into the wrists and back into the heel. Moving through this one more time. Taking it back and then extending that left leg up. Knee to the left tricep, round the back body, make space. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, under the body, tap the right. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, under the body, knee to nose. Take it all the way back. Take the right foot off the mat. Start to stack everything left over right. Nice and big here. Creating some space and some length. Reach that left arm forward, creating that nice long line. Big inhale. Exhale, arch the side body out. Really feel that stretch. This should feel particularly good today. Inhale, bring it back up, heel to glute. Reach for that left foot. Big inhale, hold it for 5. Exhale, 3. And 1, slowly unwind. Bring the left hand down, left knee to left wrist, toes tuck, right foot gets out of the way, extend back. Pigeon pose on this side. Two more breaths here. Go ahead and tuck those right toes under, lift the knee, inch it forward, and then extend that left leg all the way back, cross it over the right calf. And then walk the hands back, curling into a little twisted child's pose here, nose to knee. And slowly bring it up. Crawl back to center, getting back into our normal space here, sitting on the mat. Hands under the wrists, or hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck the toes under and start to push the hips up and back. Coming into a bent knee down dog. Taking a second here just to assess how the body feels today. Lengthening away from those wrists, really finding that nice strong line from the wrist to the hips. And then we can start to straighten the legs, maybe by pedaling them out a little bit, getting some heat. Go ahead and look forward and gently step that right foot between the thumbs. Drop the left knee down. We're propelling the hips and the heart forward. Taking big breaths here. As we start to lengthen through that always contracted hip flexor on the left side. Slowly bump the hips back, coming into a nice half splits here. What we're going to do though is we're going to go against all odds, and I'm just going to have you guys sit back and down inside of that left heel. So it's kind of making a little, very shallow V shape here. Our knees still pointing forward. We want to make sure that it's not projecting out. And we're just going to do a nice gentle forward fold here, stretching over that right leg, strengthening and lengthening that hamstring, but also feeling a little bit of a contraction over here, which is really nice with the external rotation. Big inhale. And exhale. See if you can inch that heart forward towards the toes. You might even feel a gentle pull running up that right back side if you have a really tight lower back. Now all we're going to do is sit right back up. I want you to extend that left foot out, making a nice 90-degree angle. And we're going to bring that right foot in, doing the same thing, trying to make this nice zigzag here. I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to place them around my right knee. And we're going to do a little glute exercise here. So get really tall through the length of the spine, shoulders drop down away from the ears. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift this heel off of the mat as much as we can for 10. So we have 10, 9, 8. I'm still keeping my left knee planted down onto the ground. 7, 6, 5. I should feel this running all the way up my IT band and into my glute. I'm really bad at counting on good reason. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, yogis. Take the right hand even further behind the body. Sweep the left arm up and around and really open up here through that left side body. Big inhale. And exhale. Slowly bring it down. Walk the hands forward. Adjust the legs. Come back to your tabletop. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round and curl. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes, lift the hips, push back into your down dog, bending the knees here as much as you need. Big inhale breath. Exhale, just look forward and softly step the foot between the thumbs. Drop the right knee down this time and draw the hips forward, making sure they're not stacking over that right knee, but instead healthy and in front of it. Send all of that extra oxygen we're taking in down to that right hip flexor, allowing it to have the space to release. One more inhale here. And exhale, bump the hips back. Go ahead and sit down again, this time on that left hip. Getting that right leg out of the way as much as you need. Again, we have this little like zigzag happening here on the right side, extension on the left. And then just walk the fingertips forward, stretching into that left hamstring here as much as we can. Big inhale breath. And exhale breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly coming up, go ahead and extend that right foot out, making that 90-degree angle. Left leg comes in to meet it, also a 90-degree angle. So you have this nice straight line between our, I got distracted, sorry, our quads to our shins. All we're gonna do is we're gonna lift that right foot, angle the arms around that left knee. Let's lift it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So again, I'm driving my knee down and I want to internally rotate my left quad. I'm lifting my heel any amount off of the ground. I lost count, so we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back to center. This time draw both of the feet together, allow the knees to relax out and just give them a little bounce, a little shake. I know that one always contracts that muscle pretty intensely. You might even have to give it a little bit of a rub. Hey, you're on camera. And then draw the heart forward to the toes, interlace the fingers around the knife edges of the feet. And feel a little stretch here. Inhale, slowly come up, draw the soles of the feet together, and then we're just gonna rock forward as best we can using the support of the hands, coming up into that toe stand one more time. I'm apparently gonna have to share my mat here. So, sitting up onto those toes, drawing the heels up off of the ground, maybe wrapping the arms here a little bit. It just depends what you're feeling comfortable with, drawing the chin into the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, drop the heels, lift the hips. Coming into our first forward fold of the day, bending the knees here as much as we need, keeping it healthy for our lower back, allowing ourselves just to drape entirely over those quads, relying on the strength of our legs to allow us to enjoy this a little bit more. So shake the head yes and no, make sure it's not doing any extra work that we don't know about. And slowly rolling all the way up to our standing position here. At the top or back of your mat, or maybe somewhere in between. Since I'm sharing my mat today, I'm going to try and center as much as I can. We're going to work on some balancing postures, and then we're going to go back to some stretches down onto our mat. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Reset here by dropping the elbows down, lifting the heart. Bring the hands to heart center, and start to lift that right foot off of the ground. So we want to make sure that we have a nice strong foundation, really firing down into that left heel and 5 toes. So we want to bring our knee up as much as we can to parallel against the ground. If we're doing too much, we're starting to get our hips out of whack, so we want to be nice and centered here. Start to bend that left knee gently and then cross right over left. You can hook the right foot if it feels right today, or just hang out here, maybe even drop the toes down on a block or the ground. Reach those arms all the way up overhead. Take them all the way out like we're ready for a big, big hug, because I know we all are lately. And then we're going to take that right hand and we're going to drop it underneath our left and then bind all the way up into our eagle position here. If you fall out of this, you can take a breath and come back in. Start to inhale, lift those elbows away from the knees. Really feel that tension expand through the back of the heart. Big inhale. And exhale. Start to lower down as much as you can into those hips, keeping a nice healthy bend in the knee. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, release those arms all the way back out. Bringing that knee right up to center. And then start to extend it all the way back. Flying here into our warrior 3 using a wall or whatever you have around you. If you're starting to wobble a little bit too much for your comfort level. Extending here. If that doesn't feel good, you can always drop the right toes. We just want to make sure that that heart's coming down. And we're really starting to fire up that left glute and IT band. Try not to fall over here. I have an added roadblock for 3, 2, 1. Knowing that that left leg's tired, it's okay. Draw the right knee up and in. Take a break using the hands. Start to drop it back to neutral. Hold on to that knee with the left hand. Reach that right arm back, coming into dancing Shiva twist. All right, eye gaze starts to follow back to that right thumb. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Whew. And exhale, come back to center. Extend that right foot out. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift it higher. 1. Take it down. Cha-cha it out. Maybe give that left glute a little bit of love, especially if it's a little angry. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Hang out here. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees as much as you need. Make this feel really good. We're going to reset and then start over. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring the body all the way up. Exhale, hands come out, heart lifts. Hands to heart center, shift all the way into that right foot this time. Left knee comes up and in. Trying to make it as parallel and straight as we can. Nice long lines, big inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee, cross left over right, coming into the base of our eagle pose again. Arms come all the way out, big hug. Left arm under right. Start to wrap everything up. Drawing the elbows away from the knees, really expanding here. Giving space between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit more into that. Fire up that right glute for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way up. Extend those arms all the way out. We've got it. Left foot hinges back, coming into that warrior 3 here, flying high. Left toes pointing down at our own mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way back up. Draw the knees and lean into the chest. Just one, not both. That would be impossible. All right. Right hand still connects to the left. Left arm swings back. Maybe the eye gaze follows it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back to center. You've got it. Extend that left foot out. Hold it. 5, 4. Little shake. 3, 2, 1. Drop it back down. Inhale the arms up high. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. If you happen to have an animal in front of you, maybe give it a little bit of love as we start to bend the knees and drape over into this forward fold. Oh, gross, Winston, you silly boy. All right, hanging out here for just a moment. Start to heel toe the feet out nice and wide. We want to come into a malasana squat here, where we're dropping the hips nice and low. You're going to have to move, bud. And sitting into this malasana squat. We did something similar in the beginning of the class, so just revisiting this. Oh, Winston. If you want to work on crow pose, you can from here by planting the hands down, shoulder width distance apart, lifting the hips nice and high, heel toeing the feet in alignment with the wrist. Shifting all the way into the tippy toes, drawing the elbows back, making the number 11 with our forearms, and creating that shelf so we can fly into crow pose. You might stay here today, or you might draw the feet all the way up off the ground. If you're like me, you might have a nice soft pillow in front of you, which is nice. Whenever you're done trying, you'll make your way back into your malasana squat. Big inhales and exhales here. And then slowly take the hands behind you and find your way down onto your seat again. What we're going to do is keep the feet nice and wide. We're going to drop our knees over to that left side. So again, we're in that same zigzag pattern. We want to do a second set here of really firing up those glutes, getting into our quads and that internal rotation through the right side. Hands come around that left knee, and then we're just going to lift. This time we've got 20, 19, 18, 17. So we want to try not to propel our body so that we can lift that hip up, or that foot up, not your hip. We want to keep everything stabilized and use that energy that we have from our glute down through our IT band into the foot. Of course, I lost count because I talked too much. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and come up. Windshield wiper the feet or the knees out. If I could find my words today. And then land over to the opposite side. Hands down around that right knee. Everything lifts up nice and tall. Use that energy for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. We should feel this running all the way down the outside of our left leg. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, yogis. Go ahead and bring it all the way up. And then bring the feet together, same thing. Interlace the fingers around the knife edges of the feet. Draw the heart space forward, knees relax, collapse out. I'm taking just a moment here. And slowly come on up. Go ahead and draw the soles of the feet down onto the ground. Propel your body up to that nice toe stand that we were at before we started all of this other stuff. Take a second here, chin into the chest. Maybe balancing, maybe placing your hands down. Either way, chin into the chest, curl into that little ball. And then on the next exhale, drop the heels, lift the hips, coming into that forward fold. Maybe the knees extend a little bit more or they still stay bent. Either way, it's up to you. The best part about yoga. And then slowly ragdoll all the way up to a standing position. And let's meet again here at the top of our mat, coming into our Tadasana pose. Big inhale breath. We're going to work a little bit more on balance here. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our right knee up and into our chest. And then we're going to extend our peace sign fingers with the thumb and bring them forward to wrap around the inside of that right leg. So you might stay here today, or you might start to work on extending that right foot out in any capacity. I'm going to keep a nice healthy bend in the knee because my hamstrings are super tight. What I'm working on is dropping my right hip down so it's parallel to my left. My eye gaze is forward. I'm pulling my right shoulder back. And I'm trying to extend into that right leg. Big inhale breath. And exhale breath. Slowly start to take that right leg out. Maybe the knee stays bent. Again, it can extend either way. It can be somewhere in the middle like I'm demonstrating. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and bring it back to center this time. Cross that right ankle over the left quad. Hands square around that right leg and then push the hips down and back. Getting into a nice little squat here, figure four. Similar feeling we should have like we're in pigeon with the right leg, but obviously that left leg and glute is doing a lot of work here. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way up and take it all the way down. Shaking it out. Let's go ahead and do that other side. Inhale, left knee lifts. Extend into grabbing that right big or that left big toe. Inhale, breath. Exhale, extend in any variation. Maybe this leg goes a little bit differently than the other one. That's to be expected. Starting to draw that left hip down, left shoulder back. Taking another breath here, trying not to hold the breath even though we're holding a posture. Take it out to your left side. Bring it back to center. Crossing that left ankle over the right quad, pushing the hips back. Same thing, a little bit of pigeon stretch on the left side, a little bit of active hold on the right. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly come up, cha-cha that left leg out. Beautiful job, yogis. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, heel toe the feet out, come back into that Malasana squat. We've got a second set. So again, you can stay here and just hold this one for a little while longer, or if you'd like to work on getting upside down, you can work on crow pose from here, holding our breath, not holding our breath, holding the posture, whichever one you pick. Find my words today. Big inhale. And exhale, maybe coming back to that intention that we set for our practice today. If you lost it, maybe it's time to find a new one. Two more breaths for every round. If you're working on crow, maybe you're working on jump back, or you want to come right back to Malasana. Either way, follow your practice and what you're working on. And slowly make your way, walking the hands forward into your down dog, while I try and move my sweet little down dog here so I have a little bit more space. Can you move, bud? Just a little bit. You're okay, right there. You're right there. Finding your way into that down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, draw the right knee to the right wrist. Let's come back to that pigeon pose that we visited at the beginning of our class. So our left foot, or right foot, I apologize, falls over to our left side. We're extending down long through that left leg. I invite you to stay here for just a few moments to acclimate into the hips before we start to add the grounding posture as we come a little bit lower. And whenever you're ready, you can start to ground. We're going to hold this posture for a little bit. Today's class is obviously a little bit more gentle than I usually teach. Just going around with the vibes and feelings and all the things. Settling in here, taking our space, taking our breath. Settling in for a few more breaths here. Slowly come back up, taking your time. With a big inhale, inhale and exhale at the top here. Drop down into that right hip and slowly extend that left leg out, bringing it out here off the mat. I'm going to take a wide-legged stretch over to the left side. Left hand comes down inside of that left calf, and then right arm reaches big behind you. And then take it up and over. Slowly come back up, take that right hand behind you, lift. And slowly bring it back down. This time bring that that left foot and extend all the way in front of you. Make it a nice 90-degree angle here, where my right knee is pulling out towards Winston here. And then we're just gonna walk the hands forward, coming into a nice long stretch here through the back of that left hamstring. Maybe you grab the toes, maybe both hands, or maybe you just reach them all the way forward. Slowly come on up, take that right knee, draw it into the chest. Start to hug it with that left arm and right hand kickstands behind you, finding a nice gentle twist. And slowly unwind. Go ahead and draw that left knee in, extend that right leg, and take it all the way back behind you. Voila, we're in pigeon pose on this other side. Big inhale breath. Acclimate here for just a couple of inhales and exhales. So to melt your way down, holding this posture on this other side. Taking a few more breaths here. And slowly coming your way back up. Drop into that left hip and then sweep that right leg around, coming out to a nice wide-legged stretch on the right side. Right hand comes down inside of that calf, left arm reaches long. And take it up and over. Winston decided he was done. Inhale, bring it all the way up. This time square the hips. Bringing that right foot to project forward to the top of our mat, left leg coming out. And then we start to walk the hands forward in just a nice one-legged hamstring stretch here. Again, maybe you grab for the toes, maybe you grab for the sole of the foot. He just needed some water. All that work. And slowly come on up. Take that left knee up and in. Hug it close with that right arm. Left arm kickstands behind you. Take a nice belly twist here. And as you slowly unwind, extend that left leg out to meet the right. Let's take one last forward fold here, reaching the hands forward towards the toes. Big inhale. And exhale. And slowly rolling your body up. Drawing the soles of the feet up and in, and let's go ahead and roll all the way down onto our back. We're going to do a little bridge pose exercise, just again, firing up those glutes one last time. I personally have been having some low back problems that usually has to do with strengthening the glutes. So we want our knees, hips width distance apart, our soles of the feet firmly planted down onto the ground. Draw the elbows in towards your rib cage, dropping them down, pressing the triceps into the ground, fingertips high. All we're going to do is we're going to lift and lower nice and slow 10 times, bringing the hips up, engaging the glutes, and then bringing them back down. So inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale up. Exhale, bring them back down. Trying to make those inhales and exhales long. Bring it up. And bring it back down, using those quads really to get the height through the hips. Inhale. And exhale. 6 more. Inhale. And exhale. Notice that the lower back's doing more work than the glutes. If that's the case, we want to fire up those glutes a little bit more and remove the lower back from this exercise. 4 more. Using those quads and the glutes. 3 more. Sometimes it helps to squeeze the cheeks when you're all the way up. 2 more. See what's working, what's not. Last one. Bring it up. Hold it right here. Now I want you to take tiny pulses out like we're trying to touch the sides of the rooms. 10, 9, 8, 7, no bigger than an inch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips down, draw the knees into the chest. Big inhale, breath. Big exhale, breath. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and draw the soles of the feet up, coming into a nice happy baby. Soles of the feet down onto the edges of the mat. Drop the knees in. You can stay here. Or if you have any other twists or turns that you'd like to add to your practice before we close it out, go ahead and do so now. This posture specifically gives the lower back a break and is a healthy alternative to Shavasana if that feels too stark of a contrast on the lower back. Meeting me in your final Shavasana posture whenever you're ready. Taking up as much space as you need. Relaxing into the mat. Into your regular rhythm of breath. Maybe circling around a little bit of gratitude for the remainder of your practice today. Or back to your intention for how you want to spend the rest of the day. Taking your time as you slowly start to bring your awareness back to your surroundings. As you start to come back to some gentle physical movements. Making your way onto your left or right side. Making your way up to a seated position where we started our class. Taking a big inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And let it go, exhale. Last one, inhale. And release it. Hands to the third eye, thinking positive thoughts. To the mouth, speaking positive words. And to the heart, believing that all is good. From my heart to yours, yogis, namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.